Another week, another episode of the Game of Life podcast with Abe Daniel. Now, I know I said I'd be in here with Gino, JJ, and Caden. Unfortunately, they canceled. Caden said he had a toothache. Gino just being lazy, and JJ also just being lazy. They just didn't want to get on here, I guess. But that just goes to show you guys, not to go on a little rant, but like, if you really want to make something of yourself, right? And I'm not saying this is like the biggest podcast, nothing like that, obviously, where I'm just trying to get it over, get it off the ground. You have to do it by yourself. Obviously it's amazing to have people there with you that can help you do it, but you might have to do it by yourself, and you have to be content with that. You can't want to bring people along with you that don't want it for themselves. Sorry if you guys see some like paint chips on me. I just got out of work. Going into our first segment, actually. I got a new job. Some people might have known I worked at Jack in the Box for the longest, but I actually now work at Pullman Maintenance Rental, whatever it's called. I'm a blue collar worker. Your boy's a blue collar with it. Real blue collar. All I really do is kind of do some electrical work, which I'm not qualified to do at all, which I feel like is illegal that they're having me do. But I do that, and then I also will do some painting, refurbishing, and things of that nature, renovating and moving fridges, working on electrical things, as I said, about maybe the microwave or whatever. So it has been pretty cool. I'm only 3 or 4 days in, and so far I like it. It's a pretty easy job. I've also been kind of looking at some internships. Obviously, this summer I really want to go abroad, not abroad, but I want to go across the country. I really want to go somewhere that's like real foreign and get out of my comfort zone. I'm still kind of working on that. Some of you guys know I met a scout at the Apple Cup, which is WSU versus UW. Some people thought I was going to get an internship off of that. I didn't get an internship off of that, but obviously that's a good connection to make with Matt Andrews over at LA. But I just really want to get an internship this summer, and I really want to get my foot wet. So if you guys know any, shoot your boy, a little shameless plug, if you know anybody, if you have an in, or, just a general consensus, right? Even if like you think I might already know about it, send it to me, text it to me. I never mind that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into our questions with Abe. These are questions that you guys asked. Obviously I formed it to where some of them are going to be about JJ, Gino, and Caden, but unfortunately they're not here, so I'm just going to answer them the way they would, or the way I would portray it, I guess you could say. First, who's most likely to slime out Abe? Out of those three, it'd be Gino. Me and Gino have a weird relationship, right? I've known Gino since I was in 6th grade, I believe. And me and him are like, I would consider him like a good friend of mine. We're like really pretty good friends. But I want to say around my junior year, him and another one of my friends, Bryant, who I'm no longer friends with, unfortunately, they got into a fight. And, I'm not going to go into details, obviously, but, they got into a fight. And since then, I would say mine and Gino's relationship, because I was really close friends with my friend Bryant. It was like my brother. And they got in a fight, obviously. And, one's my brother and one's like a really good friend, that being Gino. And it kind of got awkward, after that, because, like, I'm still going to hang with Bryant, but also don't have an issue with Gino. And Bryant kind of felt like I should have stopped being friends with Gino and not associate with none of the people over there, but not to get into that whole matter with Bryant. But, so since then, it's kind of been awkward. That was, like, I want to say almost 4 years ago. So the last 4 years has kind of been fragging. We get an argument, I bring up the fight, or he'll bring up weight or looks or this and that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's a long-winded way of just saying I think Gino would be the one that would slime me out for sure. The one that's least likely to would be JJ, but also Caden would be right there with him. Honestly. Next question was, why is JJ so fat? That's what someone said. All right, so don't get mad at me, JJ, if you're listening. JJ's big boned because he doesn't want to put in the work. JJ's a really funny guy. JJ's a light skin who women find attractive, not to be like a weird way, but he always used to say, I'm not gonna like care about my weight until a girl tells me I'm too fat. And so I try to pay girls to like tell him that, because I want me a little gym buddy, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, JJ just likes to eat, and he also works. He works at like IAC, which is like a painting like planes place. So don't ride Southwest, Delta. Don't ride planes. Don't ride cars or whatever. Whatever the fly, like Superman. But yeah, no. So JJ he just kind of works like all the time. He'll work 6 days on, 1 day off, and he just can't really go to the gym. And his grandma will be packing him half a rack of ribs with 2 pounds of mac and cheese, and he be gobbling it up at 10 a.m. You know what I mean? And then he's not doing no real cardio at all. So it's just a recipe for disaster. Question for Caden: how does it feel being top 5 most ugly people in the world? CFN Trezzy. Wow, Caden, are you gonna take that disrespect? Are you gonna take that disrespect, Caden? Caden, for anyone that doesn't know, let me try to find a photo real quick to put it up on the screen. But Caden, he's not an ugly dude per se. He's definitely gotten better over the years, but at one point, Caden was 500 pounds at in his prime age year, so that kind of is a little funny. But here's a photo of what Caden looks like. Which way is better? There we go. So he's not. I don't think he's top 5 ugliest, but that is CFN Trezzy who said that. Who is on the T app and has over 50 comments and like 30 green red flags, not green. They're not green at all. Let me see if I can pull up Trezzy's page. This is what CFN Trezzy looks like. This is also JJ's older brother. If any of you guys are ops with him, feel free to slide through on him. I'll give you their location. Next question. How does Gino feel about getting punked by a girl after bowling? This is a question that someone said. How does Gino feel about getting punked? So if anyone that doesn't know, the great summer of 2024, Caden came out, a lot of friends came out, and we all just hung out for that week during Hoop Fest. And Max, me, JJ, Caden, Gino, obviously, Keandre, all of us, like, we're just hanging out a bunch. And Gino and Max both got punched by women. And let me actually see if I have the video. It was a little bit funny. Just because, like, why are you getting beat up by a girl? Like, they didn't really get beat up. They just got punched a little bit. But it definitely was interesting and a little funny. Let me see. Here's the one of Max. I'm not going to play any audio, but right here we're telling Max to run away. He stumbles on the truck. Boom! Oh my gosh. And then here's the one of Gino. Max instigating, arguing with the girls. There I am. Oh, I look chopped. But look at the girl behind her. Look at the girl. Boom! Suck that nigga right in his face. Got boom, boy. Got right in his face. That was hilarious, actually. Gino actually did nothing wrong. He actually did nothing to that girl. I don't know why. This actually whole thing started with me and JJ because this girl had a bunch of scrunched up ones in her purse, and JJ actually, let's talk about JJ. JJ being a dirty guy, didn't know these women, had both of them kiss him on his cheeks. He's a nasty guy. Then they made out, but they were definitely drunk. But she had a bunch of random like scrunched up ones. So I was like, she was like trying to buy something. I was like, damn, where you get that from? The strip club? Like, as a little joke, right? A little corny, but yeah, I said that, and then she got upset and was like, nigga, what the fuck? And she said nigga, like this white girl that said nigga. And I was like, ain't no way she said nigga, this, that. I look at Keandre. Keandre starts airing that bitch out, and it's hilarious. So then we start leaving. And then JJ and Max were trying to tap in with those girls. And one of the, I guess, those girls' ops had Max added. And Max was like, that's my best friend. No, she's not your op. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Yeah, this out of that. And he got punched for that. And then Gino got punched just for being Gino. Understandable thing. Okay, let's get into more serious topics. Dak for MVP. Dak Prescott has actually put up a really good season this year that I feel like if wins and losses were not really that big of a stat, he would be the front runner for MVP right now because he's played at an. Sorry, I'm just pulling up stats on my phone, but he's played at an MVP level season. I think he honestly would be the front runner. He has 1,800 passing yards. That's second. 16 touchdowns. That's second. 30 interceptions. That's tied for 41st. That means there's only 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not even one of the top 32. QBR, he has number 1. That's 81.2, and that's out of 100. So that's a B. So he's played really good. Their defense is just horrible. Trading away Micah Parsons, and I feel like even if they had Micah Parsons, their defense wouldn't be that much better. It would be better, but it wouldn't be that much. So yeah, Dak should be MVP this year if he keeps up that same pace, but unfortunately it's a wins and losses award, and he will not be getting it. Unless they turn their season around. Actually, let's get to this one. 4-2 Bears are good. Are they making playoffs? I think this is Marshall that said this. The Bears are good. They still haven't played their best ball, and that's what's most exciting about them. They haven't really hit that stride, that mark, that lets you know they're gonna be amazing. And that's the one thing I'm really fascinated for. Caleb Williams still getting comfortable in that Ben Johnson offense. Ben Johnson still getting comfortable being an NFL head coach. There's a lot of things to be proud of and a lot of things to be optimistic about. DeAndre Swift has looked great. Odunze's looked good. They need to find a way to get DJ Moore involved. And Luther Burden. They got to keep getting those guys involved. And they also got to figure out a way to get that old line just a little bit more shored up, whether that's via trade, whether that's via coaching. They got to figure out a way. On defense, their defenses look good. Nothing to complain about. Not the best defense, not the worst defense. Right there, they can get timely stops, but you can't rely on them to hold like a high level offense to under 20 points. I feel like, that's why that question I skipped before. Worst love life experience. Worst love life experience. So, I dated a girl. Her name was Anaya. We dated for about a year and a half, and through that year and a half, me and her were really close. We were really like tight knit. We'd hang out almost like every single day. That's where my money was going, as boyfriends normally do. That are at least good ones, I guess. But we were together for like a year and a half and really close. I went off to WSU. And that's just kind of where things kind of like I could tell kind of fell off. I didn't do everything I should have done, like reassuring wise, obviously, but she also was like real big into like the cheating allegations and this and that. And although there was instances where like people would like say stuff to her, I still stand 10 toes down. I didn't cheat. But I'm sorry, I should not do that. Fuck, I gotta edit that out. But I'm not editing that out. But yeah, that's probably my worst love life experience. I wouldn't say it was bad though. I enjoyed dating her. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone ties that ex. Like she's that ex. You know what I mean? Still have love for her, obviously, and that's my twin. But yeah, that's it for the questions segment. Now, time to get into the Seattle Seahawks game reaction. I'm gonna be honest. I fell asleep for about 3 minutes each quarter. This 7 p.m. thing. Also, I see these eye bags. I haven't been getting that much sleep. Look like a crack addict. I'm happy the doubleheaders are over. I'm never gonna watch another Monday Night Football at 7 p.m. That's horrible. The Seahawks look good. There were still mistakes. Cooper Kupp's. I loved that play call, but I just wish he threw a better pass because Jason had it, and it was just a shitty fucking throw by Cooper Kupp. So I'm not really upset about that at all. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that, to be honest with you guys. Defense looked good. Sam Darnold gave up that touchdown at the end on that fumble. He can't keep making these boneheaded decisions, although he's been really good for us, and he's probably a top 5 MVP candidate. He has to find a way to limit these turnovers and limit these like mess ups. But aside from that, he's been really good. The defense. Going into this bye week, I don't think y'all are ready. We're going to get Witherspoon. We're going to get Woolen. We already have Woolen, but we're going to get Witherspoon back. We're going to get Woolen. We're going to get Julian Love. We're going to get Derek Hall back. Robert Oots might be coming back. Our run game might be good again. We are going to look amazing, bro, and I'm so freaking excited for it. I think I saw some stats like our team's been healthy on defense for 4 snaps this year. 4 snaps, and we're still we're the number 1 DVOA defense in the league. We're amazing. We're going to be the best team in the fucking NFL this year. And as long as we keep playing our fucking football, as long as the Buccaneers game was a fluke because of injuries, we're going to be the best team in the NFL. No fucking doubt about it. We got to get that run game going with Kenneth Walker. We have to figure out a way. He's like, although Zach Charbonnet has been performing when he's given the opportunities, but if we're going to be at our best, we have to get K9 involved. K9 has to be a 80 to 120 yard rusher, a touchdown a game, be active in the pass game. He's literally, I'm not saying he's dead, but he's in that Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry a couple years ago, dominance, Alvin Kamara in his prime type of player, and he's so freaking good. He bounces back a lot. He cuts when he doesn't need to. He bounces outside when he doesn't need to, but he has so much fucking talent, and I know if we lose him because of trade or we let him walk, he's going to go to the Chiefs, he's going to go to one of those teams, and he's going to be a fucking dog. And I already know, bro. And I'm not looking forward to it. But yeah, so that's kind of my little Seahawks rant. Let's get into my contenders and my cuties. So, in my contenders, I have the Chiefs, who have been heating up. Their offense has gotten really good. Rashee Rice came back this week, and it looked like he was in there all season. He played well. The Chiefs said, fuck trying to get him warmed up. We're going to get him in there. We're just going to keep giving him that ball, and we're just going to see how he does, which I agreed with. You know what I mean? Get him in there, Get him the fuck in there. And he looked good. I said the Seahawks as well. I'm going to get the Seahawks later, and I kind of already went on a rant about it. Lions. The Lions have been good this year. I thought they would take a big step back with the loss of Ben Johnson. Obviously, Ben Johnson probably still has his like implement in the plays, obviously, but yeah, they're a contender. They're the Detroit Lions. We'll see if they can get over that hump that they've been in the last like 2-3 years, but we'll see. They should be able to. Their defense is kind of worrisome, but aside from that, their offense is dynamic, dynamic. Rams. I don't like the Rams, but they're just a good fucking football team, man. Matthew Stafford's amazing. Devontae Adams is good for him. Puka the fucking Nakua has been great. Their old line's good. Kyron Williams, that's my fantasy team. He's amazing. They had Blake Corum who looked good last week. Their defense is good. Like Sean McVay's probably one of the best coaches. Well, he's not probably. He is one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's probably going to win Coach of the Year if Mike McDonald doesn't win it or Todd Bowles maybe. Or no, Shane Steichen. Sorry, and the Colts is probably going to win it if the Colts keep up what they're doing. Yeah, but no, they've looked really good. The Eagles, if the Eagles can figure it out, man, if they can figure it out offensively, get their defense intact with Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, stop getting himself kicked out of games and stop not playing, they're going to be a contender again, obviously. They got to get that run game going. Their O-line hasn't changed that much. Sorry. But for some reason, it hasn't been as good. Buccaneers, when they lost Mike Evans for the year and Chris Godwin has not looked the same. They have Emeka Egbuka, the best rookie receiver in a while. I guess since my league neighbors last year, but yeah. So they're contenders. Their defense is amazing. They're going to be fine. Baker Mayfield is also top 5 for MVP. It's kind of a QB award at this point, right? Bills. Their defenses look so fucking bad. Their offenses look stagnant at times. James Cook can't run the ball no more. They got to get that shit together. Sean McDermott, earn your fucking money. Joe Brady, earn your fucking money. Josh Allen, earn your fucking money. Take over games. You know what I mean? Like, they just got to get that shit going, and they'll be fine. Cuties. We got the Packers. I don't think they're that good. I think the Packers could beat any team in the NFL, and they can also lose to any team in the NFL. Therefore, they're pretenders. They're not an actual contending team. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to win a game probably, but they're going to lose. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl at all. I don't think they're going to make the conference championship unless they get matched up with injury-riddled contenders that are in the NFC, obviously. The Broncos, I don't think the Broncos are good. Sean Payne, you're a bitch. Fuck you for all the things you said about Russell Wilson. I excuse my language also on this episode, you guys. I apologize. But yeah, Sean Payton sucks. Bountygate, Russell Wilson cooked you with his little still classless, out of this, out of that, still hunting bounties after 15 years. Let's ride. Yeah, Russell Wilson's hilarious, man. I love Russ. Chargers, I'm a big Justin Herbert guy. They just don't have it. Injuries have killed them. Their defense isn't that good. Their offense is just so stagnant. I don't know. Quinn Johnson looked amazing to begin the year. Keenan Allen did as well. Then Led McConkey's kind of picking up, but then those guys kind of regress, and their run game is non-existent. Justin Herbert hasn't been delivering, and it's hard to do that when you have shitty receivers that are inconsistent sometimes. So it gets tough for him, man. And I'm making excuses up for him too as well. I'm a Justin Herbert stan. Vikings. Vikings aren't good. They're not a good football team. Brian Flores, he gets hyped up as this guru on defense, and although he has good schemes sometimes, his defense isn't good enough to be a contending team. Ravens. We got the Ravens. Wait, before I say something stupid. Was this the game that... No, they didn't play this year. Okay. I thought the Colts and Ravens played. That was the Bengals that they scored like all those points on. Also, I put the Colts in my contending teams. I honestly think if Daniel Jones keep playing the way he's going to play, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be good. They're going to run the football. They're going to play good defense, and they're going to beat teams that they shouldn't. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I do think that they're better than the teams in this cutie slot for sure. Ravens, they've been injured all season. Lamar hasn't looked that good. Obviously, he only played a couple games. Derrick Henry seems to lost trust with John Harbaugh, and it seems like they just don't know what they're doing. I think Todd Monken, is that their offensive coordinator, whoever he is. He's just not. He shouldn't make it past this year. The Commanders also just really injured. Jamie Jones is going to miss this week, and I just don't think they're anything to write home about. The Falcons, Michael Penix and his inconsistencies, their defense inconsistencies, their inconsistencies getting the ball to their playmakers like Drake London and Kyle Pitts and also Tyler Allgeier. Like, they just have so many weapons, but they can't really get that diversity. And if I didn't, and that's it for my cuties. If I didn't name a team like the Niners, Jaguars, whoever, I just don't even think they're worth noting. They're not cuties. They're not contenders. They're just shitty. But yeah. NBA started last night. We had the The Rockets playing the OKC in a game that had double OT, I believe, and ended up winning for the ended up being in favor for the OKC. Kevin Durant had a chance at the end and couldn't capitalize. Tough shot making. Shai Gilgeous looked amazing. I think he had like 31 or something, 35. Chet also looked great. He had like 19 in the first like quarter in like 20 minutes. He looked great. The game I watched and really paid attention to though, Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers. No LeBron James. He's not going to be in for the first couple weeks of the season. They lost. The Lakers lost 119 to 109. MVP of the game, Jimmy Buckets. 31 points for Jimmy Butler on an efficient night too. It seemed like the Lakers and JJ Redick were okay with putting Gabe Vincent on the switches onto Jimmy Butler in the paint. And Jimmy Butler just went to work. He was eating good, man. He was eating real good. We saw with, like, after the game, Gabe Vincent was like, that's what we want. That plays into our hands. And that's just not true. DeAndre Ayton didn't play that well for the Lakers, and that's their, like, big acquisition. Marcus Smart had, had 4 fouls in the first half trying to guard Steph Curry. It was the funniest shit to watch. Another MVP of this game, Jonathan Kuminga, 17-9 and I think 7. He had a really efficient game. There was a couple shots he shouldn't have shot that Steve Kerr mentioned, but he matured a lot. And I just want him to watch how he played this game, approach that every game this season, and he's going to get his money that he wants. He's going to get over $100 million. Guaranteed. If he plays this way every single game or majority of these games, and he actually is maturing, hitting his threes, getting to his shot, rebounding, defending, like being an impact player. That's what he's missing the past 4 years he's been in the NBA. Steph Curry only had 23, kind of a light night. He picked it up in the second quarter after him and Marcus Smart got into it, where Marcus Smart tried to break his fucking shoulder joint because he's a dirty ass fucking player, like Kelly Olynyk to Kevin Love a couple years ago, or a decade ago, I guess. Pods. Brandon Pajemski, after saying he wants to be better than Steph Curry, he wants to carry the torch after Steph and Dre retire, dropped 7 points and 7 rebounds. He did stuff. Obviously, he did stuff that doesn't go in the stat box score, but 7 fucking points, man. 7. He scored 7 more points in an NBA game. Like, come on now. Luka had 43. The Warriors had no answer for Luka. Whether it was Jimmy Butler, whether it was Draymond, Steph, Kuminga, he was going to get his. He looked electric. But once again, we're seeing that kind of iso ball offense where James Harden had the same thing where, like, you can't really win fully off of that, right? We've seen certain people get to the finals off of it, but we didn't see it. We saw the Mavs a couple years ago with Kyrie, Derek Lively, Luka, and Gafford, and PJ Washington. They were able to get there, but they couldn't win it. They went against a team that were just better, played better defense, made Luka not be able to get off what he wants to get off. And if he did, they weren't going to let anybody else eat. Kyrie's not eating, Lively's not eating, Washington's not eating, you know what I mean? So that's just another issue. AR-15, Austin Reeves had 26. Pretty good game for him. A lot of him trying to, on defense, trying to foul bait because he's a foul baiter merchant. Shai's a foul baiter merchant, but he is what, AR-15 is what people think Shai is, because he's always trying to foul bait, and it's actually the most annoying thing in the fucking world. But, that just got dark. I actually don't know if I like that. I'm just going to read off. For the last part of this podcast, I don't want to keep it too long. I know it's been 23 minutes. Let's go over the NFL pick'ems, and let's pick off my teams. Okay, so Vikings, Chargers, tomorrow at 5:15 on Amazon Prime. I have the Chargers winning that game. Shouldn't be a surprise. Dolphins, Falcons. Give me the Falcons. Tua is so fucking ass. Bears, Ravens. Give me the Bears. I think the Bears are gonna pull this out. I think it's gonna ruin the Ravens' season. I think they should they're not gonna tank, but I think that's ruined all their playoff hopes. Jets, Bengals. Give me the Bengals. I think Tyrod Taylor will be starting for the Jets this game. Joe Flacco, man. What can I say? Bills, Panthers, give me the Bills. I think they're going to bounce back after the bye week, and they're going to dominate the Panthers. 49ers, Texans. Mac Jones, I believe, is playing. Give me the Niners. It's a safer pick, obviously. The Texans have everything they need, but they're just lacking execution. Their O-line is actually fucking horrible. It's actually sad. Next we got Browns Patriots. Give me the Patriots. The Patriots have been rolling. Shout out Jordan Jameson. He's a big Patriots fan, probably the biggest Patriots fan I know, and he's been on this Drake May bandwagon since he was drafted, obviously. And he's been saying next Tom Brady, he's the next Tom Brady, which he isn't, but he's been amazing. Giants Eagles. They played 2 weeks ago, and the Giants won. I think the Eagles have a taste of blood in their mouth, and I think that they're going to come in and they're going to dominate this game. And since I think that, I think they're going to lose. I'm joking. No, I got the Eagles winning this game. And this one, I think it's going to be a closer game. I'll say 26 somehow. 26 to 21. 26 to 20. Yeah, 26-20. Buccaneers Saints rivalry game. No Marshawn Lattimore, no Mike Evans, unfortunately, in this game, as their one is on a different team and one broke his collarbone last week. Give me the Buccaneers. Saints aren't good. They've gotten better over the weeks, but they're still not good. Titans Colts. Colts are going to steamroll the Titans. Cam Ward in the first quarter looked really good last week, but after that first quarter, he just looked bad. Cowboys Broncos. Give me the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys offense is rolling. Their defense is coming off their best game of the season. And I just think with CeeDee Lamb, Pickens, Ferguson, Javonte Williams, Jalen Tolbert, on all their weapons, like they're just not going to be able to hang. The Broncos offense cannot hang with them. Packers Steelers. The Steelers they're the best. They're the worst good team in the NFL. Like along with the Packers, it's actually like the battle of the worst good team in the NFL. Give me the give me the give me the Steelers. I think their offense will do better against the Packers defense, and the Packers offense will do against the Steelers defense in their secondary. The Packers, for some reasons, keep on only having this like wide receiver 2 and 3 as their wide receiver ones, and it's not working out. Commanders Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Give me the Chiefs. No Jaden Daniels for the Commanders this week. Maybe no Debo, maybe no Terry. Terry I think is gonna play, but yeah, I don't see a scenario where they're gonna be competitive in that game. The Chiefs are coming off a 31. Actually, Chiefs are coming up a 31-0 game, so they're probably coming a little bit big headed. But I think they'll still win that game 27-13. I don't think Marcus Mariota will be able to lead that offense too much, because he's not gonna have Debo as he did the other games. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this episode, you guys. Once again, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching. These questions, you guys, I only got like 5 responses. I know I'm asking like every single week, but ask me whatever. Honestly, man, I like life, politics. I literally answer every single one, and let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know what you think I can improve on, and just give me opinions, right? Like that's all I want. I want this to like really be something, and I think the way I can be it is if I meet people where they are. So the comment section, on TikTok, like TikTok's right there, Abe Media, right here, Insta, Abe Media. Go like let me know what you guys think in the comments on YouTube, on comments on Spotify. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think I can improve on. I appreciate you guys' support. I'm blessed, honestly. Any of y'all that like I've been averaging only like 40 something viewers, but that's 40 people that are watching my content, and that's better than 0, honestly. And I really appreciate it. I know a couple people that are watching every single week, and I really appreciate it. And I'm lucky to have such great people in my life, obviously. And I just want to say thank you. Like I'm not a real sentimental guy, as you guys know. I'm a jokester. I like to be a comedian, but it feels nice knowing there's like a big sum of people that like are helping me, you know what I mean? Like, are watching me, or helping me become something, helping me really get into the field I really want to get into. So thank you. Oh, shit.